Okay, so the right, those first two here, the point of either of them, right, is obviously nucleus. We're here. I'm trying to keep my saber here. Whoops. Which one are we doing? Ready? Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. I come up here, slash. He slashes, step back. 1, 2. There. Okay? So that whole time I'm keeping my blade between me and him. And that's the whole thing. I'm moving around and all that kind of thing. So now the Kessel run, move here. When I go here, and like I said, you can pair it. I go here, boom, 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 boom. Good. Okay. Here, we're worried about moving forward, we're moving backward, while keeping pressure on, right? Or keeping it off, right? So when I'm going back here with these upper ones, go to the upper one, and he's advancing on me, I have to do two things at the same time. I have to keep moving backward to stay out of his range, and I got to keep him busy, right? So that he doesn't feel free to do whatever he wants to do. Okay. Now when we switch, go to the side. Boom, boom, boom. Now we go to switch. There. Okay. I'm using the natural arcs and stuff like that to do that. So when I get to here, now I have the ability to switch. Right? Boom. Right? If you do it all correctly, you shouldn't have to, worry about when, exactly how many you do. You should be able to see it and then react. Now, of course, you can do any of these solo, right? So if you did the Kessel run solo, you essentially go to your dominant side. You're trying to keep everything here on the, here in the center. And when you do the Kessel run by yourself, you don't have to necessarily do all this kind of stuff because it's hard here. But you can go here, boom, here, and then you just kind of work on, oops, boom, transitioning from here to here, back to here, right? So that we can give our strikes right from where we are. Now the third one is the 3 of each, right? So 3 of each is we're going to do 3 strikes of the same to alternating sides. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, but all of the same strikes. So if you come forward here, and we're going to use varying footwork. So we're going to start with no footwork, okay? So we'll start with side strikes. So basically, I strike into you, now you strike to me, now I strike to you, you strike to me. Good. Now we can go up here. 1, 2, 3. Now I can go down that 1, 2, 3. If I go here, 1, 2, 3. Now. Right? With basic beat pairs. 1, 2, just like in the Kessel run, right? Or not the Kessel run, the dicuss. Okay. Because you're using all of these skills. You have to bring them all together. Okay. Well, as you're seeing, it's not easy. No. Right? So here, 1, 2, 3. Now if I'm right here, I'll let him decide what he wants to do. So he goes with a strike. Right? 1, 2, 3. Right? Now I can come here. 1, and then we do that, right? So there. Now you could add footwork, of course, right? So you can go just back and forth. You can go to the side. You can go in a circle. Now here's another really, really important thing. There is no set pattern to 2, 3 of each.
Okay.
No set pattern. That means I can start with anything. Okay? So we're here. 1, 2, 3. 1.
You gotta get used to recognizing all your strengths.
Right, exactly. And that's another reason why we do the velocities. Right? The velocities teach you how to recognize certain things. Sure, the combinations are not necessarily going to be exactly what you see. Right? That's totally not the point. Okay? But for you to understand when I'm going to do something like this, right, to something like that makes a big difference, right? Because you have to be able to formulate the correct response. Right?
Yep.
Makes sense? So, yes, we can throw things at each other. Now, this is more of a game because you're trying to get your partner to mess up. You know, all right. So you can kind of do that. You have to take it slow. Now, this is something that you can practice out by yourself. Just going through 3 strikes here, right? And so on and so forth, right? And you just blink 3 strikes with it, try to vary the pattern, right, and everything. But, again, it's a 2-person awareness drill. So the purpose here is really awareness, right, of what you're doing and what your opponent is doing, right? So if we're here and I see him starting in with something, right, come in, I am confident I can come up with a response for that, right? And then from there, I can dictate where I want to go, okay? But I have to get that first fit in real life. All right? So that's the basic purpose of all 3 of the velocities. Keeping your weapon in between you and your opponent, advancing and retreating, changing those dynamics, and then putting it all together as far as being able to not only see, but to react and respond correctly to something coming in. Right? And of course, these are very cooperative, or at least they're competitive in a very specific way. So they are games, right? You're not really fighting. So don't go out, ah! This is all about honing your senses and your sensitivity and all that kind of thing. All right?